Hey everyone, Dr. Sherry here, and I am so glad you're joining me today for this very hot topic. Yes, you might see me be a little sass today, maybe even sassafras, because, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and why I am one of those people that hates porn, but I'm going to explain it to us. And today I'm talking about the false belief it's just porn. It just doesn't make sense to me. Well, okay, so first off, I'm Dr. Sherry, and I just want to say hi. Some of you may be listening to me for the very first time today. You might have gotten an email from me, or maybe someone, even a good, dear, sacred friend, shared it with you and said, hey, she's talking about porn, might be worth watching. Some of you are know me well because you're in my Brave One community. Hey, gang. And some of you may have known me for a while, and here I am. I have promised to do some things that are live because I care about you all, and I want to keep you up on what's going on in the area of betrayal and porn addiction and sex addiction and how you can best be cared for. So I am the author of the book. Intimate Deception, Healing the Wounds of Sexual Betrayal. And you might not be on Facebook. You might be actually watching me on the YouTube channel. So if you've got some friends that are just on the YouTube channel, they can watch this as well. My training, I basically have been practicing a doctor of marriage and family therapy for over 25 years. I'm a certified partner trauma therapist and I'm a supervisor. So that means I get to teach therapists and clergy and coaches how to best care for us. I'm also a certified sex addiction therapist. I've done some research and so I created this chart, you can call it, out of my research. It's called the Traumatic Relational Impact of Pornography chart. Yeah, I am for short I call it my trip chart, but it's going to be talking about porn and the impact on you. So if you're interested, you can get one at braveone.com/store. I have them there, but my heart today is not here to sell trip charts. It's honestly here to care for your heart and to invite you into some of what I've discovered about how harmful porn is. Now, I'm sitting here going, I probably don't even have to tell you that because you know it's impacted your life, maybe your kids' lives, sons and daughters, significant others. But I want to fill you in to the extent of that. Again, I've taken material from my traumatic relational impact of porn chart and all my research out of my book, Intimate Deception, Healing the Wounds of Sexual Betrayal. So I'm going to be doing a little education today. And you're also going to hear about a little bit about my Brave One community. Now, it's a private online group. It's for women. Even though betrayal happens to both men and women, my support group is for women only. Private, meaning you can be there, be with me and others, and have your heart cared for. There's a ton of resources, information. I'll tell you more, but I'm doing something that I actually have never done before. I'm going to be opening the community up just for 3 days. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to jump in. And I'm doing it at a discounted rate. So if you take the code B1C 17 and you put it into I don't know, there's a coupon box there. You just go to braveone.com/community, and I'm going to have my team put it into the Facebook chat there for you guys. You just have to put that code in and you get it for $17 for your first month. That means it's $20 off. Normally it's 37 for this private membership. So if you're interested in sticking your toe in the water and seeing what it's like, it's a great time to jump in. I'm going to be talking today about the false belief it's just porn. And if you have any questions, I'm going to be answering questions at the end, doing Q&A. So just put them in the chat. Now, some of you might be like, I really don't want to ask you my question in the chat. And so you can private message me and I'll have my team bring it to me. It's a public page. So just remember, those of you in my community that are here, we're always private. And so we could talk about whatever, but I just want to remind everybody this is public. And so just make sure you share what you're not worried about being exposed. The false belief, it's just porn. Have you guys heard that before? I have heard it commonly, and I actually am brave enough to correct people and say, well, wait a second. I'm not trying to, create a dust cloud here, but I just want to let you know that's minimizing the stories I'm going to share today. I have a ton of gratitude to betrayed partners. These are their real words. I've changed their names, of course, to protect their identity, but I have gratitude upon gratitude for them letting me share pieces of their story and the impact. Now, because it's real and they're real stories, and I'm going to be talking about some stuff, I just want to give us a trigger warning. There might be some things that I'm sharing with you that of course, might be upsetting. So just take care of yourself. Get up, get a drink, do whatever you need to do to take care of you. So there's an organization out there that is called AASECT. It's AASECT. It stands for the American Association of Sexuality Educators, Counselors, and Therapists. Now, on their website, if you go there, they talk about how they promote sexual health and talk about sexual health and sexual rights. That all sounds really, really good. But I also want to let you know that they made a statement a few years ago that basically says this: ASEC does not find sufficient empirical evidence to support the classification of sex addiction or porn addiction as a mental health disorder. Now, if you just stop for a minute and think about how you've been impacted, the harm, what's happening in your relationship, in your home. I know I just heard you say, "What are you talking about?" I know, I think it's a crock a doodle. Why? Because of something called consent. Consent is either yes or no. Being able to say, yes, I'm okay with that, or no, I'm not. Now, the importance of consent, it's not to be implied or assumed. We need to ask for consent, and that shows respect for oneself and the partner. So it eliminates entitlement. If people feel like they just want to do whatever they want to do, then they're going to do it, and that can be called sexual entitlement. Consent means I'm going to come to you and say, hey, I just want you to know I'm going to take my iPad in the bathroom and to look at pornography. When you do that, you have the choice to say yes or no. Because the bottom line is neither our bodies or our sexuality belong to someone else. They're ours to protect and to hold. And so communication, honesty, and respect and consent are critical components of what's happening in the harm that's happening in the porn industry. So we have this internet, right? And our kiddos have these devices, right? Our significant others, we have these devices. And these devices and the internet is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. But what's happening is the internet now has become way more sexualized, and there's kind of like this have it your way, kind of like the Whopper or Big Mac, just have it your way. How do you want it? And these sexual norms are changing. Again, social media, smartphones. Now they have, the new uh, glasses that you can, meta glasses that you can walk around and take pictures of people that are just walking on the street. I mean, it is crazy the a way that people are downloading sexual images right now, just as a click of a finger or your voice telling your glasses, your meta glasses, to just take a photo of whatever. So there's these fast fixes like sexual menus that are changing the way that people treat people. It's changing people's appetite sexually. And to be honest with you, the saddest part are things are becoming so much more violent. It's actually influencing what it means to be human. Our dignity is being really destroyed out there. So, for many of us who've had experiences with pornography somehow by our significant other or our spouse, it's kind of been dismissed as, well, it's just normal male behavior. Guys will be guys, right? Or the thought of, well, guys just deserve it. Um, if, especially if the behavior that's happening in the home, either there's a lack of intimacy or there's boredom in the area of their sex life. It's like, well, what's a guy supposed to do? Okay. That's why I created my trip chart, because I have 6 main points of impact for pornography and how it hurts you. So I'm going to go through each of the 6, and I'll share with you a few stories along the way. So the first area of impact is actually emotional injury and psychological abuse. Yeah, I'm going to use the abuse word because it's true. It's the disorientation and psychological abuse caused by intimate deception, lies, anger, manipulation, blame, control, gaslighting, and defensiveness due to desperate and deliberate attempts to hide the secret sexual acting out. And pornography is that. This is what Jill said. She said, my husband used one of our counseling sessions early after discovery and to talk about my husband's sexual acting out and his porn use. And basically, it became a session for him to vent about what was bugging me in our marriage. He talked about ways he was disappointed sexually. I felt so embarrassed. And then I just had this numbness come over me right in front of my therapist. I couldn't even remember everything he said. I just went dark. I felt wounded at a time when I was already bleeding out. Let's talk about the next area. Its impact to sexuality. Impact to sexuality is the injury to the partner's sexual safety, sensuality, passion, pleasure, spontaneity, and sexuality due to the significant other's pornographic objectification, deceptive sexuality, toxic fantasy, sexual entitlement, sexual aggression, coercion, and sexual abuse. Let's listen to Mara. Mara said this. She told me, they said it was an addiction and I needed to help him get out of it. They said that I just should try having more sex and make myself more available. So I literally tried everything. I had more sex. I had seen some of the pornography that he was looking at, so I went out and bought some spiked shoes and I tried these stripper moves. I bought pieces of costumes that I found online, lingerie, and I ended up sending him photos and videos of myself. I did all this trying to help him, trying to pull him back to me. It actually only made me feel more used and not enough. I started feeling panic and my chest tightened up. I was completely shocked and devastated and way angry when I caught him and he was still looking at porn. I don't know what to do. Nothing I did was ever enough, not even having sex daily. Let's go to the third quadrant, which is impact to spirituality and faith. The spiritual disillusionment and disconnection from one's faith in God, place of worship, or spiritual leaders, when porn is used to normalize, when it's dismissed, when it's minimized, or actually blamed on us, the betrayed partner, by once trusted clergy in whom we originally sought help. Camille said this. My pastor just told me that adultery had to do with crossing the physical boundary, like actually intercourse. He encouraged me to keep my marriage vow. I told him that my husband was sexting other women, taking pics of other women, sharing pictures of himself and his body, and actually he was going on and using AI to create his own porn. He looked at me and said, "I'm so sorry, Camille. I don't know what to say." I was so upset. I said, "Well, then what about fantasy and porn? He's using these images to masturbate." She said, "I just stood there shocked that I even said masturbate to my pastor, but I was so frustrated." He said, "I know you're hurting. You just need to forgive him 70 times 7." I said, "Well, what about Jesus talking about lust and adultery?" He said, "Camille, adultery is sex outside of the marriage." I just left and I haven't been back. The next quadrant is impact to love and relationship. This is the devastating experience when fidelity, intimacy, and companionship within an exclusive relationship are violated by non consensual porn use, which damages relational safety, vulnerability, and trust. Let me give you guys a little bit of research. So, there was some research done in 2015 by a guy by the name of A.P. Brown and other colleagues. And he was looking at how porn impacts attachment. That's how you're connected in your relationship and causes aggression. Now, they had 1,630 couples. That's over 3,200 people in their study. That's a huge study. Let me tell you what they found. They found that men that use pornography, number one, are less likely to be committed in their relationship. Number two, it diminishes the sense of security in the relationship. Number three, it decreases attachment behaviors in their partnership. And then when it came to anger, male pornography users were more aggressive. There was a direct correlation with aggression towards females. That's physical aggression. And also, it was indirectly linked with physical aggression towards men. The fourth quadrant is actually impact to your identity. Identity is how you see yourself. The painful turmoil caused by internalized shame beliefs, such as I'm not enough, I'm ugly, I'm unlovable, or I can't trust anyone. These are the direct result of porn use. The betrayed partner is placed into a crisis of belief, unrelenting comparisons, and shattered self confidence. I often ask us, so what's the negative belief about yourself in light of finding out that your partner has been looking at porn? You know what you all say to me? The women that he's looked at on the websites are better than me. Or I'm inadequate and unworthy. I don't deserve real love. Or my body was never beautiful enough to catch or keep their attention. Do you know that these are all women? Karen, Rocio, Callie, women that I've worked with, real examples of how it impacts your identity. And I know that you probably have negative beliefs of your own. The fifth quadrant is the impact to personal health. Whether porn use discoveries, ongoing intermittent, prolonged stress, it impacts our body, brain, and our health. This can result in issues of anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances, ailments in our bodies, diabetes, heart disease, adrenal exhaustion, chronic fatigue, and even cancer. How does all that happen? Well, it impacts our autonomic nervous system. It puts us into fight or flight. Cortisol levels go up, cortisol levels go down. So when you're in fight, flight, or freeze, you might be struggling with depression, weight gain, low blood pressure, heart rate goes up, fatigue, diarrhea, anxiety, startle, hypervigilance goes up. So many aches and pains, right? And this leads to digestive issues and hyperthyroidism and adrenal exhaustion and diabetes and fibromyalgia and so many more things, and including, like I said, cancer. Now, I want to answer questions that you all have because I know that I brought a lot to you. And my desire is to spend time with you. It's almost like I'd want to say, come on, come just sit on the porch with me. Let's just grab a Starbucks. Let's just get to know one another so I can talk with you and hear your heart. And how can you do that? I want you to write your questions, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Brave One community. It's a private space, a virtual space. It's a membership and it's life-changing. I have women like you who come in with post-traumatic stress, and actually by working through what I call my Brave One journey and my boundary challenge, I call it my boot kick and boundary challenge, and many, many other teachings, and just being able to spend me with my time, my coaches, they move from post-traumatic stress to post-traumatic growth. And it's $37 a month. I lead and guide and mentor you. Now, again, as I mentioned today, I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm inviting you today, right now, if you're watching this, for the next 3 days, if you put the coupon code B1C17 into the coupon box, you only have to pay $17 for your first month. That means you save $20 right away and you get to step in and start working on the journey. It's savings of $20. So you just need to go to braveone.com/community. So it's braveone.com/ and then the word community, COMMUNITY. And again, you get your first month for 17, you save $20, but you got to sign up by this Saturday, July 18th at midnight. Let me just tell you some of the things that are in my community, because you might say, well, what do I get for that, right? Let me just tell you. You get my Brave One journey, and I will work with you through that. It's actually a proven path for helping you heal. The focus is on you to help you get stronger. How can I say it's a proven path? Because I've been doing this now for about 6 years, and I have many, many women who have grown tremendously by taking the time to do this work. And they've actually been able to work with me to stop the crazy making that's going on in their homes. I've had many women jump in, and guess what? Their significant others, their husbands, their family members are changing. They're getting unhooked from the porn and unhooked from the sexual acting out. Because every time I help you, I'm reaching in to help pull that significant other of yours, your husband, whoever it is, spouse, engaged, people that are engaged, people that are boyfriends, people that are separated, some people that are divorced come in and want to learn just because they don't want to repeat this, right? So I'm pulling them out at the same time. The boundary challenge, right? These are different steps that are very practical, all specifically for betrayal, that help you find easy, effective steps to boundaries. 24/7 private Facebook community page with other women that absolutely get this, a ton of love, a ton of compassion. Going to have Facebook Lives. I do these on a regular basis, except they're private, and I'm always bringing new stuff to help you all heal. Live Q&A calls. I'm doing one today at 5 p.m. That means I get to spend time up close and personal with my members who are in my community to hear their stories and help give them their next step. Q&As that I do, my coaches do it, encouragement from me and all my Brave One coaches. I've got a lot of guests that come in, access to individual and group coaching. I've got my Empowerment Wheel Boot Camp. I do intensives, and I often give $100 off intensive to my Brave One members. You get my entire audio library, video library, and so much more. And just to mention this quickly, I've got some people that are in my community that aren't into Facebook, and that's fine because they actually join and do this all through YouTube, right? So you have access to everything on your computer. The Brave One community website is all yours. Audio, video, everything is on there. It's everything I just told you about. But if you want, You don't have to, but if you want, you can also be a part of my Brave One community through the Facebook, private Facebook group. And that's the ongoing 24/7 support with women that get it. I have people asking each other and us, what do I do about this or that? And so it's really a great place of support. Now it is closed, so that means, you're going to have a few days to jump in, but it's private. It's not like anybody can just find me and get in. I've got like, a couple bouncers at the door and all kinds of things that we're checking to make sure that it's female and that it's betrayed partners and no bots are allowed in, definitely. Technology, I've got a team to help you with technology in case you're like, I don't know, I really want to do this, but I'm not technically savvy. Neither am I. And so I have people there to help you. And again, it's $37 and I really feel like it's worth the investment. You're worth the investment. And everybody that I use is certified, all my coaches. There's other places that are free out there, but this costs something because I've got certified coaches and myself and lots of resources. And so there is a small cost to join, and you can cancel at any time. That's something else. So if you jump in for $17 and you're there and you're like, I don't know, but I'm like, I don't think you'll do that. You're going to jump in and go, where has this been? Why didn't I know about this? Because it's going to help you right away. I want to help you become stronger and to be able to stop what's going on in your world. So again, jump in braveone.com/community and just put in that coupon code B1C17 and you get it for $17 a month just for your first month. And then you'll, go to the regular cost of the membership. So, but you save $20 just to check it out. I'd love to meet you. I'd love to care for your heart. I have people that join from all over the world. I have people that join from small towns that there's not another person they know who's dealing with this, and they find a very safe, cocooned sisterhood in the Brave One community. So I would love for you to be a part of that. So hopefully something that I shared today has brought some sanity to some of the things that you are experiencing, to some of the things that your significant others have told you. Hopefully it has brought you some validation to the harm that you've experienced, your family members have experienced. Hopefully hearing my words as you've listened to me, you're like, everything she said just makes sense. And hopefully I've just helped you to feel seen, heard, cared for, and that you're not alone. I do care for you. I love you. I want to help you very much. And so that's why I came today doing this Facebook Live. And again, if you join in the next 3 days, we'll start working together and you can start on my Brave One journey. All you have to do is just jump in before this Saturday, July 18th at midnight, and we'll start working together. We'll roll up our sleeves, right? I'm here to support you and fight with you. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you inside my Brave One community.